Welcome back to our Be Strong show. I am your host, Michelle Shirley, CEO and Chief Heart Officer for Be Strong International. Welcome. We are so excited that you've tuned in to us today. We have some amazing information for you. We have an amazing guest I'm really excited about. I do want to share that we have an amazing event coming up. It is our annual fundraiser called Hearts in Rhythm. It's April 27th, and we are looking for your support. We're looking for corporate sponsors. Our reception sponsor is already sold out. Thank you to South State Bank for being our reception sponsor. We appreciate all of the banks and other organizations that will support us on that night. We want you to be there. Again, it's at the Rusty Pelican on Key Biscayne. Beautiful view. We're honoring some amazing people in the community. Please visit our website at bestrongintl.org. Click our events page to learn more about the amazing work that we are doing. By the way, if you don't know who we are, listen, 2023, Be Strong International is coming in hot. We have so many amazing things that we are doing for the community. Tomorrow, we're doing an amazing food drive. And of course, we have our social Yaks game that we are promoting all this month. We're taking $5 off. Please make sure that you support us. We are a great, innovative organization that is moving individuals and families from brokenness to wholeness, teaching heart skills. Well, today we have an amazing guest. I love her spirit. We have been here on the back end, laughing, talking, sharing so many stories. And so I have with us today Miss Lilliam Lopez. She is the founder and president CEO of the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And so thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Oh my gosh. It's a pleasure, Michelle. And we had a nice conversation, all of us here in the studio.
I know, right?
Before I can talk. Once I had the Cuban coffee in the morning, I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
No.
So thank you. Thank you for the kind invitation.
Absolutely.
And your event that's coming up is so beautiful. I went last year and so classy. And it was just the view, the Rusty Pelican and the support that you have. And you deserve it for the great work that you do for the community.
Thank you so much,
congrats.
Lilliam. Yes. And we met a while back, I think at another gala. I don't know if you remember, but I saw you and I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
I'm going to go walk up to her and say hello. And you're like, oh my God, que linda.
Que linda. At the Miami-Dade Chamber with my friend Eric Knowles.
Yes.
A year before.
Yes.
And this year, Eric so kindly on their board, they gave me an award, the Citizen of the Year.
So beautiful.
Eric is a friend of many years. I love Eric Knowles. And I have a history with their chamber because of Dorothy Baker, the previous their previous president, who, when I started with this, founding this organization, she was like a mentor to me. And we used to do events together. She would call me, Lily, you have to do this and that. And you always appreciate that. So I have a strong relationship and strong ties to the Miami-Dade Chamber.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, they're my friends. Yeah.
So tell us about the chamber. How did it start? I mean, back then.
Yeah, it was very difficult for women. So what happened was that I wanted to be a lawyer. And I graduated from St. Thomas, and I'm a St. Thomas alum, in a major in political science. So I wanted to go to law school. So my mom got very ill. And a friend of mine was the executive director of the Spanish American League Against Discrimination. And he said, Lily, you know what? The nonprofit world is not that bad. I'm leaving now. I'm going to recommend you for this position. So I was selected to be the executive director to work hand in hand with the late Osvaldo Soto, who was one of the founding members of CABA, the Cuban American Bar.
Okay.
And Dr. Eduardo Patron, who was the president of Miami-Dade College. He was a mentor to me, and he had been also founding chairman of SALAD. So I worked basically with them. So I was like trained with the best of the best.
That is great.
So what happened then that my mom was very, like I said, she was about to sort of like, not die, but she was critical. So I left the job, stayed taking care of her for 6 months. And then after that, she bounced back. She did a little bit better. So some friends of mine said, why don't we start a Hispanic chamber? There's no Hispanic chamber that represents like the young professionals back in the time, of course, like us and and I'll give you an office and we have the CPA and that'll give you time to take care of your mom. So it's an interesting story when people ask how it started. It started so I could take care of her. But I did have the background of the nonprofit.
Which was
and
helpful.
The journalism also. I studied journalism and political science. So I was trained to do press conferences, to do the press releases, to do banquets and what have you.
That's amazing.
So life takes you through a path.
That journey.
And I always tell my daughter, you know what? Life takes you. I mean, you have to go with it and you have to prepare yourself, but it'll take you where it wants you to be.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know that it was going to become such an important organization, one of the top 5 Hispanic chambers in the U.S.
I mean,
but it took a long time.
Of
Imagine
course.
a Hispanic woman and young. Oh.
I know, of course.
You hear my that just tells you. It's very difficult when you're young Hispanic and a woman to be taken seriously. So, but you know what? You keep going and just working hard and doing what you have to do. And eventually, the organization got the recognition.
Yeah.
Plus the board members and the members in general. Everybody's really so nice and committed. And we have fun. That's important. We do business, but you have fun too.
Yes.
That's very
And that's what
Hispanic,
people
right?
want. We're in Miami.
Yeah, we're in Miami. I always say the capital of the world.
I know. We want to be productive,
Of
but at the same
course.
time, we don't want to.
You don't want to just sit there and listen to a speech and whatever. You want to be educational, stuff and information, but at the same time, the members need to have a drink and network and have a good time.
Yeah, and I feel like each chamber has sort of like their own
niche, right?
Niche.
They have their own
Yes,
thing. Of course, and it's good, and I think it's great. Yeah, everybody, all chambers have their own little unique thing that characterizes them, and then that attracts people, and it's wonderful. But us, it has to
yours
be
is
content, educational information, and a little bit of fun.
A little bit.
We always have to have the mojito. In all the events, you'll have a mojito before the lunch. You have to have a mojito. Because that's very Hispanic.
Yeah. That's
very
good.
Caribbean.
That's good.
By the way,
Absolutely, yes.
absolutely, yeah. And then that people get happy.
Yeah, that's
Get happy, and it calms them down. It's relaxes. You know what? You get friendlier. Have a mojito. You get to know who's sitting next to you in the table. That's an opportunity to do business when you're more relaxed. When you're tense, you can't do business.
That's true.
Hi, how are you? I'm so and so. Good to meet you. Here's my card. You think later you're going to follow up with that?
Yeah,
person?
it seems very transactional, which is what I'm always trying to move people away from.
No, you don't want that. I don't like that. No.
Yes.
It's a no.
It needs to be genuine. And in Miami, we want to make sure that we get to know people. Who are we interacting with? Who has credibility, right?
And people do business with people they know. Like you say, credibility, people they know, they've seen, they've talked to several times, then they feel comfortable out of the blue. We're not, I used to say, because now we don't have that, but before, Yellow Pages, who's of a Hispanic or anybody from the Caribbean, African Americans are very similar to us Hispanic.
Yeah.
Yellow Pages,
No.
Yeah. Who did your...
I remember those.
Who's your banker, right? Remember the Yellow Pages?
They were huge. I'm like, this is only A to L? Oh my God.
We go by word of mouth. Who do you do? Who does this for you? Who does that? Oh yeah, he's my friend. Oh, I met him at the chamber.
Oh
he's
yeah,
a nice
I love
guy.
that.
You can trust him.
Yes.
You can trust her. And then people like that.
Yes.
That's what we.
Yes.
That's how
referrals,
we are.
Yeah.
Referrals
I
and the
love it.
personal touch.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I know we spoke a little bit about these amazing events that you have coming up. I want you to share with the audience some of the things you're working on.
Yes, we just had a lunch in Doral because we've always had a Doral chapter. So in December we had our toy drive and lunch in Doral. In January we had a lunch in Doral also. Well, we talked because, like I said to you before we started the show, educational and fun. So we had a doctor that came to talk about post-COVID syndrome. 5% of the population. I got scared. I asked a question because it seemed like, when they talk, it's like everybody has it. And she said, it's only 5% of the population. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Only 5% of the population suffer from those symptoms of post-COVID. But it's good that we had that so the members know. And then some people say, okay, so now I know what I had.
Yes.
Now what I'm feeling is post-COVID syndrome, but it's only 5%. And now we have the heart disease awareness this Friday. Yeah. It's a lunch at the Biltmore. And like I was telling you previously, prior to the show, starting the show, that we have a panel of doctors. We always want to have educational information for the members. So we have Dr. Joseph Lamelas, who's the best cardiac surgeon from UHealth. They're the presenting sponsor. And then we have a doctor from Mercy Hospital. And I wanted to do something different. Because every year we have this event because it's so important. We've been doing it for 10 years. I didn't know that heart disease was the number one killer. We always think it's cancer. The number one killer of both men and women is heart disease.
And women.
Women too.
I want to make that
Women
clear.
think it's breast cancer.
We want to make that clear.
It's very important. So that's why I've been doing this. But sometimes people fail to understand. So I said, let me spice it up a little bit. So then we have Dr. Vivian Gonzalez from Caso Cerrado. That's a very famous show that was for 15 years in the air. She's a neuropsychologist. I said, and she's fun. I said, let's bring Vivian too, because Vivian is going to talk about stress and our lives and women, and we're so stressed out.
Yeah.
What role does that play in heart disease? Maybe blood pressure, whatever. So let's give it the twist. Let's hear the doctors, and let's hear a psychologist talk about the stresses of life, the day-to-day, the people, the women with children, they have parents, they have the husband, the house, the job. How does that affect the heart?
Yeah.
So we have that. And then to spice it up too, we have a professional fashion show because it's before pre-Valentine's Day. So that's going to be nice.
So nice.
With the violinists play. Well, and then it'll be like Mommy and Me.
That's so
The little ones.
nice.
And then the panel. And then the Hispanic Women's Society Network of the Chamber. Then they're going to model at the end just to close.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
It's going to be really nice.
And
Yeah.
I love how you put that spin on it. I love how it's just like.
And then people are enthusiastic.
Yeah, and it's fun. You know, we're bombarded with so much information
And so
about
much
what we
negativity.
need, and
So we don't
negativity
want to leave
around
out of
some
there saying,
health
oh, the heart.
issues. Correct.
So we
Yes.
want to leave saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take care of ourselves, but we're going to model in red,
I love it.
right?
I love it.
And then you feel better.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Oh, that's amazing.
And then we have the gala.
tell me
February
about-
24th, with just Havana in the 50s. We're celebrating U. Sylvester's 50th anniversary. So they're the presenting sponsor. And Emilio Estefan confirmed the gala is sold out. I know before we announced them. So now people are really nervous and they want to go. And they're pretending that they didn't see the invitation prior to that. It's just that they pay attention now. It's Emilio Estefan, they're paying attention. And I feel bad. I wish I would have we had a
Yeah.
bigger room, but there's a limit. There's a limited capacity to
What
the
a fun
ballroom.
night that will be.
That's gonna be so nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's gonna be
Oh
super
my
super
goodness.
nice.
Maybe I'm gonna switch clothes and become a server
Oh.
so I can see this experience happen. It's so.
I was
funny.
thinking
So
maybe we could
cute.
put a tent in the terrace or something, or maybe do an after party
That's
and allow
so
people to come in
cool.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm thinking
yeah.
of creative things because I like to say yes to everybody.
I know. me
Everybody says, "Oh,
too.
Lily's a yes person." You got to learn to say no.
Me
Lily.
too.
I say yes to
know.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you
Especially
feel
when
bad.
know it's for a good cause. and
Yeah,
you
we're
know
raising
that-
funds for our scholarship program and our
Yeah.
education enrichment program. And we've given close to $1 million as part of our foundation.
That is wonderful.
To financially disadvantaged minority students.
Wow.
With
And so
3
let's
different
talk
programs.
about that. Yeah, let's talk about. So how are students, if parents are watching right now,
Yeah.
or they're working with other nonprofit organizations, especially in the areas in which your constituents are, how can they learn more about that program, to donate, to give,
Yes,
to figure out how students
yes.
can be a part
The
of the
students have-
application process?
They have to be part of the Academy of Hospitality, Tourism, Business and Hospitality of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, because
Great.
hospitality is our number 1 industry.
I love that.
So
I
it's
love
that, and we select schools. Beach High, we've done Miami Norland, we've done Hialeah, we've done
I went to
Homestead.
Norland. Woo!
Oh.
Vikings.
Oh yeah, the student we've done with taken students from Norland on paid trips.
Oh.
That's the enrichment program.
Yeah.
Many years. We've been doing this like for 16 years. Well, the foundation started 25 years ago, 26.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I started it because I figured my mom was a teacher. She loved, and my grandmother and my great grandfather. So I said,
Yeah.
we need to do something with education.
Yes.
Education is so important.
Yes, it is.
Right, when you
It
teach
is.
these students. So we have kids that, Michelle, we take on a paid trip in a partnership with Southwest Airlines. So then the foundation pays for the hotels, for the meals.
that's
And then I always try to get a partner of the chamber at the national level. So if we go to Atlanta, Coca-Cola will host us. So we do a full day meeting with people and tell them, please put a minority because these kids need to see someone else. So they see, okay, I can do it because if not, they're in a small
It's
little world.
intimidating. It's intimidating. They're in their own sphere.
Bubble, and they have
Yes.
they're all I requested that I need to see that they're in a paid lunch program so you know that they are really needy. And so we've taken students to the headquarters of Microsoft, Facebook, New York. We've been even Macy's.
Just
the
the
Macy's
exposure
parade
for them, though.
The
Oh my
exposure,
gosh,
they'll
I
never
love it
forget
so
that.
much.
They'll never forget that.
I
yeah,
love
so,
that.
So that's like for 16
We need
years.
to partner then because
Yay.
we serve Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and
Yes.
I didn't know about the depth of the scholarship program. So
Yes,
we
so
serve
let's do it.
students. let us know how
So-
we can help connect.
I love it.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
let's do
that's
it. For the enrichment, we only travel with 10 students.
Yeah,
because
yeah, but that's fine.
For every student, then you got to take, I don't know how many
I
chaperones.
know.
So
Oh,
sometimes it
yes.
gets to the point that there's more adults than kids, you know?
Like, I want to see.
You know, then you got to take the teacher, the assistant principal, then you got to take another one from the. for every
Especially when I
school.
look at the itinerary and I find out this is where you guys are going.
How many adults or more adults than kids? I don't like that, but you got to take the chaperones for each school. You have to take one chaperone
Yeah,
for
at
that
least.
school.
Yes, yes.
So then that makes
safety,
it another
for
room. It makes
safety.
it. We have to pay for another room, more meals, and then it takes away. And
Yeah, but for
unfortunately, it's the way it
safety.
has to be because they have to
Yeah,
be
for safety,
chaperone
yes.
for safety.
Yeah.
But sometimes you see, my God, the pictures. There's more adults than kids.
No,
And
exactly.
some of the students have never traveled before in their lives.
I know.
The
Never
last-
gotten on a plane.
No, there was a
we are
student
serving
crying. He's never been
kids.
on a plane. Yes.
We have kids never been on a plane, never been to the beach in Miami. I mean,
it's just,
it is just,
and then there's like parallel worlds, like people that
and we don't recognize
together we don't recognize
how
what's happening.
intertwined we are.
Are exactly. I
That
know.
if you go a couple blocks over,
Everything changes.
we're all at Publix.
Yes.
We're all at Walmart, right?
And everything. Yeah. It's and there's so much need, and we need to teach them that they have an opportunity because they come from a different world, different background. They all come from broken homes, single parent.
Yeah.
That's a problem, but they can do it.
Yeah, but
they need to have
right.
they need to have the tools.
Yes.
And then we have the paid internship program, and that's been also successful. We had to stop that one during COVID.
Yeah.
But I've had many students that have been in the paid internship program that have stayed later. Like one of the girls that works with me, I said, "Girl, she's like 30 already," but when she came to me, she's like 22, and she's wonderful. She's a young lady, and
that's beautiful.
so she's from the islands, and she came through a program at Miami-Dade College. I forgot the name of the program.
Okay.
She was a paid intern, and then I hired her, and she stayed with me for 5 years. Then she left, and now she's back.
Oh,
and I
that's
love her. She's
nice.
from St. Lucia.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
you love all your team members.
Oh,
like I do.
yes.
It's like,
oh, amazing. And then I have a student that I always say, he's my pride and joy, that he is now the president of Rado Watches of the U.S. and the Caribbean. And I remember when he started working with me, I would look and I say, "Oh my God, what have I done? He's so slow, this and that." Because he was 21.
Yeah.
And now I always tell him, "Now you're above and
Yeah,
beyond."
and
my
you're a
pride
boss.
and joy.
You're a
I'm
boss.
so happy. Look at you.
You're a boss.
A CEO, national level. Oh my God.
I know, but that's amazing.
And I trained him, yeah.
Yes.
And then I hired him, and he was amazing.
That's great because that plays into sort of like the fact that we need to
Mentor.
invest in
And
mentor young people.
we do.
Help them grow in their skill sets. You've created an amazing culture. So have I. We actually got South
Yeah.
Florida Best Places to Work
Oh,
this year in South Florida Business
love
Journal.
it. Oh,
Best Places to Work, sorry.
congratulations.
Yes.
I love it.
So yeah,
But
but all those things.
All those things. And if people would do what you and I do, there's so many companies. Give an opportunity.
my God.
Give a chance. Right? I
Yeah.
struggle, so that's why I do it. Oh, but there's a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
liability, the this and that. Everything
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so complicated.
And I think too, I've realized, and even as I've gotten older in my role, you have to have the gift of patience
Yes, of course.
and coaching when you're dealing with young people
Yeah.
or anyone who is learning a new skill set.
Even teaching them to dress.
It's a gift.
To dress,
Yes,
to dress.
It's a gift.
And and not to be offensive. So you need
Yes.
to teach them in a
How
way that
to-
they
yes.
become offended either. Exactly, but it's important. Your
Yeah.
appearance also too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but it's nice. I think it's
nice.
rewarding.
It is
It's very rewarding
to see them
yes.
move on to other things
and
or
see
other
them
organizations
so
and fly.
successful. Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
It is.
That
It is.
fills your heart with
Yes,
joy. Mhm.
yes. Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh,
Yay.
that's amazing. Well, I wanted you to briefly talk about just a little bit about you coming here. We talked about your history of just being from Cuba. You came
Right.
at
Yes.
2, and
Yeah.
How was
Cuban
that transition?
American.
Yeah.
Well, since I was only 2, little girl, so I was raised here in Miami. But you know what? When your parents are Cuban, you learn to be the culture, to speak Spanish and all of that.
Wait.
And I'm teaching my daughter too, because that Cuban culture is very different.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, the people from those days were different than the ones that come now, because the people come now from Cuba have lived all their lives in communism, in a dictatorship. So it's different.
It's different.
So it's not the same as our
Yeah.
parents. My
Yes.
parents, my mom was a teacher, my father was a business owner, he was a self-made man.
Oh, that's
So it's all a lie.
Yeah.
That the people in Cuba were poor and Castro came to give to everybody. That's all a lie. And they say that he helped with education. Cuba was the third country that had people more literacy. After Uruguay and Argentina was Cuba. So he came, but that teaches you that a lie can be said so many times that it gets to the point that people believed that he provided education to people. People were educated already. And he also lied about the healthcare system, which the healthcare system in Cuba was amazing. You could tell by the doctors that came back in the day that immediately they were able to get their board and work as doctors,
Right.
whereas now the majority of the doctors that come from Cuba, they cannot pass the boards. Many of the doctors that I know are nurse practitioners. And I'm not saying in an offensive way.
Yeah.
But meaning that either the tests are harder or the education in Cuba under the communist regime was not what Fidel Castro was saying or what they say.
Yeah.
And the hospitals are all a lie. And I'm passionate about that, because they have hospitals that they show to the world, and then the people that go to
that live there,
live there have to take their pillows, the stitches, everything for them, because there's nothing for them. So it's all a lie about communism, and now they're in Venezuela and all that. And I say it because many people don't realize it unless you live it. And I lived it because my father was a self-made man. So he owned businesses and did a lot. And he started here when he was like 39, 40 years old doing dishes. And I was a girl that was poor. I only had like one doll every year. So I know about that.
Yeah.
So when I see, when you see
Things
in this
going
country,
on. Yeah.
all of
And you
these things
see-
that are happening, I don't know.
And I
So-
think it made you who you are now, though.
Yes.
Caring, very
Caring.
passionate, outspoken
And
individual about issues.
We have to be vigilant.
Paying attention.
We have to be
Yes.
vigilant.
Making
Look-
sure.
Vigilant. Look at the Chinese with this balloon or whatever. We got to be vigilant because
Yeah.
the people are communists.
Yes.
They're bad. And whenever there's a dictatorship, we must protect our democracy.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in Cuba. It's the country that should not have been under a communist regime, because people were educated and there were many opportunities. Just he came talking pretty.
Now I'm going
They
to throw
talk
this
nice.
out there. I'm going to throw this out there.
They talk nice.
Have you ever considered running for office?
Oh,
I'm just saying.
well, I have. But the thing is with that is that then it becomes very stressful, and then you get enemies. And I like to be like a mediator. I like to love people.
I love everybody.
And then when
I
I'm
love
upset,
my
I try to
enemies.
right,
You sound
right.
like me. I love my enemies. I love everybody.
I love everybody. I want everybody to be happy, right? So then what's gonna happen? No, some people are not gonna be happy, and then when people are not happy with me, I get sad. Right? We're so similar, Michelle. So you know what? No, I'll help behind the
I'm
scenes.
cracking up. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
No,
It's
because
so
then I'll
true.
have enemies. I don't want to have enemies.
It's so true. Oh my
It's
God.
difficult,
It's
even
the way we've
nowadays,
been
right?
wired. Help us. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes. I don't want enemies. What people love. Want
Yeah. Love.
Love.
Yeah. That's what we're about. Love. That's why I run
love
Be
and
Strong.
giving
All
back to
about
the
love.
community,
Yeah.
to the students, to the businesses. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about.
And everyone gets a piece. Everyone is supported. Everyone has access to the resources that they need, so
Exactly.
we can all thrive.
Yes,
I love it.
That's what it is. Exactly.
I love it.
Me too.
Okay,
Me too.
great.
Yes, I
great.
do.
Well, I'm going to move on quickly to our next segment. So just letting you know, every person that comes on the Be Strong show has to play what we've called Social Yaks, our newest game. Like I said, it's online on sale on Amazon. Pick it up.
Social Yaks.
Social Yaks, yes. And so each stage you go a little deeper. So I'm going to have you play the first section of the game, which is called Breaking the Ice. So I'm going to have you pick a card there, read it to
One of
the
the two?
audience. Yep, one of those. Mhm.
Could I get two?
And no, one at
See,
a time.
which one do I
Yeah,
like?
one at a
One at a time.
and then read it aloud.
Oh, what did you want to be when you were younger? An actress.
Stop it.
Yes.
But you look like an actress.
wanted to
You-
act.
You look fabulous.
I wanted to act. I wanted
look
to be,
fabulous.
because I used to, when I was a kid, I used to dance and do shows and performances.
Well, you know what?
But then, we were poor, this and that. There wasn't an opportunity.
But wait, I saw you on LinkedIn playing.
I played the piano. Oh, yes, I studied it.
I used to
years.
play the piano, so I was like, oh my goodness.
My mom
But
was a
wait,
piano teacher, so I graduated. I did my full 8 years. Yeah.
So can you sing as well?
I can a little bit, but I'm not going to sing now. Sometimes.
She's like, don't make me sing right
No,
now.
because remember, I've been a little bit sick under the weather.
Oh my goodness.
I like to
because I heard your voice when I first met you, and I'm like, this raspiness that you have, I bet you can sing it. I love it. You have that little,
I
my
can
God.
sing a little bit, yeah. But then, it was tough times. My father and my mother trying to survive,
Yeah.
and all of that. You were
Yes,
poor,
yeah.
so how am I going to be an
A singer,
actress or anything?
yeah.
But I liked acting. I thought it was very nice, and I did flamenco and ballet.
Oh, I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
I like all of that.
Okay, we're going to go
next.
deeper, next level.
Go
which
deeper.
Is social.
Deeper. What is something you would avoid doing at all costs? A job that deals with technology that I don't have to, that I can't talk. A technological position. All of that. I can't talk and no
Anything.
interaction with anybody.
You can't
That
do it.
type of job. I can't
just
do
do
it.
what
That I
you
have to be
said.
by myself in a desk. No. Because I get energy from being with people.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't be alone. And then people, those types of jobs like engineering. My daughter graduates as an engineer. I'm very proud, industrial engineer.
Oh,
She has
congrats
a scholarship
to
from
her.
UM.
Shout out,
Engineering
yes.
mind, but
Go
I could
Kings.
never be an engineer. I could never be
Right.
software or whatever type of person.
Otherwise, my
I get
son-
lost. I always have
Yeah.
my staff. I'm here. Oh my God, what happened here on the computer? Everybody comes help me. Lily needs help.
5 people come rush
Five
you.
people around you. What happened? I don't know. What happened here?
They take over here. They're like, okay, just move
Lily,
out of the way. Just
this
move out
is
of the way.
it. So I could never do any of those jobs. Behind
so
a desk,
cute.
not talking to anybody. Oh my God.
That's so cute. All right, let's pick another one.
Okay, another one. What activity energizes your soul, mind the most? Being with people
Yeah.
and the events. Just, I love
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I'm
the
a people
events.
person. I love to be with people. I feel better. Now, when I was coming here, I said, oh my God, I'm driving. I hate to drive. Da, 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 da. Now I just saw you. I saw your team here. I got so happy. Being with people.
That's awesome.
People person. Next. Okay.
Right, so we're going to dig deeper.
Oh, what is something you think people do not understand about you? Oh, that's a deep one. I like that. That people sometimes, and now, okay, I'm older, but when I was young, this personality, I'm a Gemini. Some people, if they're not really smart and they don't have what it takes to understand another person, they think that you are not that smart, that you're an airhead. Meaning that when you're happy, lively,
Okay.
bubbly, and laughing, they can't put you in a position as a CEO running a company or an organization, which I can do very well. And when I have to be tough, I'm very, very, very tough. And then people just see this and they think they can abuse you. They think they can abuse you.
We're so much alike. And you have a standard and you want
Yes.
excellence.
Yes. So people have to know, yeah, I'm very, very tough. And everything has to be perfect.
I love that.
Yeah, everything that we do in the organization and the events and the members,
Ah.
everything has to be perfect. The rest is okay, but that has to be perfect. And then people sometimes when they see you so nice, they try to take advantage. Oh, they think, oh, they're not Lily. No, Lily's tough. Lily's tough.
I love it.
Very tough.
I love it. Yeah, I love that. And we're strong.
And sometimes, yeah, strong, exactly.
yeah, and it doesn't mean that we're
Doesn't
weak
mean that you're weak.
because we-
Exactly.
yeah.
And people sometimes, those that are not that smart, think they can take advantage of you because they see you so sweet. And then sometimes you have to stop.
But we're always thinking. We're always thinking.
And sometimes you have to stop people in a nice way.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people take advantage of people who
Yes.
have a good heart.
Yes.
And the good heart doesn't mean that you don't have character, that you're not strong, that you're not a leader. It
And
just
that you're
means
not going to
you're a
set
good person.
boundaries. Correct.
Exactly.
I love
Yay.
that. We are
We're
so
the
much alike. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Here's another.
Another one.
Dig deeper.
What situation made you realize your parents were not perfect? Oh, well, my mom was very
Wait, say that
dominant.
again? You didn't- I
Okay.
don't know if the audience
What
heard.
situation made you realize your parents were not perfect? No, that my mom was very dominant. I loved her, but she was dominant. She was a teacher. She was dominant. So there you see, I mean, loving me a lot, but very, very dominant.
Yeah.
So you realize when people are very dominant, they're not perfect. I loved her and she loved me a lot.
Yeah.
But she was like with me. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
And my father, well, he
He's a
lived longer.
businessman, yeah.
He's a businessman. So to me, I mean, he was almost perfect. Almost perfect.
That's because she's a daddy's girl.
Yes.
Right? I
Yes.
am too. Oh my gosh. I
Yes.
live 9 houses down from my dad. I told my husband,
God.
please, we could just stay in the area.
People, everybody, all my people in the chamber knew my father.
And
People,
then I go
people.
to his
They were calling people.
house, and then I go to his house, and then I like jump on him, still hug him.
Oh, you see, you're not the same.
Oh my god.
My father, oh my God. I would leave all chamber events immediately, go pick
I
him up
have
from daycare. He
I
was
had
in a
friend-
daycare.
Yeah, I had a friend
And would
that
live with
said-
us.
I have a few friends, but I had one particular that said, I don't know what I'm going to do with you when your
Right.
father, I don't
Okay.
know what I'm going to do
It's
because
tough.
they know me and him, right?
With me, with my father too, I would stop going to happy hours and anything just to be with him. Imagine that. A people person. But I would say, oh, no, I have to be with my father.
Yeah.
And he would say, oh, when I walked in, he said, la mujer más grande del mundo, the most important woman in the world. Like, that's how he felt. My father would say that to me. He's like,
My dad would buy me dresses when he would travel, and the dresses on the back said "My Michelle."
Oh,
I thought he made them for me until I found out later on it was a real brand. But I thought he made them.
That's
It
so
was
beautiful.
amazing.
It's so beautiful.
Anyway,
it's so
yes,
beautiful. It was
yes.
beautiful. So,
Anyway,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
land with this last note because our time is coming up.
You know what? Me, I could talk more.
I know, me too. If you were to receive an award for something, what would it be for? And so I answer this part. I think the award would be heartfelt game changer. I think that's a good.
I like that. Sounds so pretty.
Yes,
And not for heart disease. Oh,
yes, heartfelt game changer. I think you are just
Oh,
a woman of just great class.
Thank you,
You have
Michelle.
so much spunk, and you are passionate about what you do, and
I
it
am.
explodes.
Passionate.
It explodes. It explodes. You're just a warm human being.
oh, thank
And
you.
the way
And so
that
are
you welcomed me, it was pretty amazing. So,
Oh,
with that said, I want you to just share really fast how they can be a part
all
of the
them
chamber.
be a part of the chamber.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, the cameras.
Yes.
Yes. So many lights and cameras. I love it. Yes. Okay. So you could call 305-534-1903 and I'll report. And I'll repeat. 305-534-1903. You could speak to Maria Diaz-Kramer, the amazing Maria, who's just fabulous. She handles everything that deals with membership. And you could also visit our website, which is www.sflhcc.com. I know it's difficult.
That's fine.
It's the acronym sflhcc.com. The L is important because if you don't put the L, it'll be San Francisco Hispanic Chamber.
Okay,
I always say
nice.
that, and then that rings a bell to people. I say, okay, there's an L.
Yes,
the L.
yes.
And
Okay.
we'd love to have you as a member, the audience, and come try our events. And we have like monthly events, sometimes 2 events per month.
great.
And we're busy, and it's a nice organization. People love, and they come back for more.
All right. All right. Well,
Thank you.
That
Thank you
wraps
so much.
up our show. Thank you, Lilliam, for being
pleasure.
here. We are excited about all that we're doing. We're passionate about our work. You can visit us again at bestrongintl.org to learn more. Follow us on all of our social media pages at bestrongintl. And if I haven't said it, I've say it again. It's never too late to start over.